The Pakistani Air Force has faced a growing capability disadvantage against neighboring India in recent years, with the commissioning of larger numbers of Su-30 MKI heavyweight fighters and a small number of medium-weight Rafale jets expected to provide superiority over the elite of a Pakistani fleet. The Su-30 is considered the most capable fighter in South Asia by a considerable margin, while the Rafale provides a niche strike capability and is prized for its deployment of formidable Meteor long-range air-to-air missiles that give it a very comfortable advantage in range over Pakistan fighters. Although Pakistan is expected to largely close the technological gap with the induction of the JF-17 Block 3 lightweight 4++ generation fighter, which saw its first flight in December 2019, but has yet to enter service, it has also received Chinese assistance in training and preparation to engage the Su-30 and Rafale. Although Pakistan's fighter fleet is comprised entirely of single-engine lightweight aircraft, the bulk of which are third-generation designs with the F-16 and JF-17 forming a fourth-generation elite, China has deployed fighters from higher weight ranges and technological levels to the country in the past for training, where they have mimicked the capabilities of the Su-30 and Rafale to allow Pakistani air units to develop effective tactics to tackle them. More recently, as observed during the Shaheen-X exercises in December 2020, China's lightweight J-10C 4++ generation fighters were deployed to Pakistan and tasked with mimicking the capabilities of the new Indian Rafale jets, the first of which had entered service earlier that year. Despite only entering service from April 2018, over 200 J-10C fighters are already in service, and they are widely considered the world's most capable single-engine fighters of their generation. China's Global Times state media outlet highlighted that many aspects of the J-10C, including its size, aerodynamic characteristics, aviation, and weapon systems, were comparable to the Rafale, meaning it was a suitable aircraft to mimic it in training. The J-10C uses a single WS-10C engine producing approximately 145 to 150 kN of thrust, where the Rafale uses twin M88 engines each putting out 75 kN, meaning despite using only one engine the power levels of the two aircraft are similar. The J-10C is a much lighter aircraft using a very high composite airframe and also benefits from three-dimensional thrust vectoring on its engine for extreme maneuverability. The Rafale has a much higher thrust-weight ratio and no thrust vectoring, making it much less maneuverable. The J-10 also benefits from a much higher speed, climb rate and operational altitude, meaning it can very easily mimic the French-built jet's flight performance. The Chinese fighter's advantages largely reflect the fact that it was developed by a country with a technological base and defense sector several times larger than that of France, which provides not only greater efficiency but also much higher-end technologies. With the J-10C SPL-15 long-range air-to-air missile having a similar range to the Meteor and both having advanced ESA radar designs which are difficult to jam and provide high situational awareness, the J-10C can simulate the Rafale's capabilities very well. The Chinese fighter retains further significant advantages for a missile fight, however, including use of the high-off Borisite PL-10 short-ranged missile which comfortably outperform the French Magic II. The J-10C fighter also has access to cruise missiles with Mach 3+ speeds for both air-to-ground and anti-shipping roles, over twice as fast as the Rafale's own missiles. The J-10C is the most advanced Chinese fighter to have been made available for export, and while the lighter and cheaper JF-17 Block 3 integrates many of the same technologies, the fighter is reportedly being considered to modernize the Pakistani Air Force and possibly eventually replace some of the older F-16 variants which have served in the country's fleet for close to 40 years. Thank you for watching Voice of World, and what you think, just write it down in the comment box.